Best of days to everybody today. We are at a point where I can't do any more gluing, but I have this all glued up here and secured. And you can tell there's no rattle, or cleaned up the brace a little bit in there too. What we have to do now is, because these outer portions aren't quite even, to get this top piece on here, we're going to have to make a mold and a go-go deck to do this. So we're going to start with making a mold first. As you can see, I have a couple pieces of wood right here. We're going to get two of the edges even at least, so we can butt them up underneath this top here and trace that top out. Move up the hand plane. It's already got a pretty light cut on it. We'll see if we need to make cut adjustments. Depth is what it's looking like. Wow, there's just, what is going on here? I do like with my hand planes to kind of keep them not so straight on, but just a little bit of an angle. It does help cut a little bit better. And that should give us two flat surfaces here. Motivation. I'll lay these down. I'll do it. You can see, flip them, and we're going to just put our top on here, center it as best as possible. Take our pencil, maybe make it sharper here. So I take some sandpaper and we just kind of have some fun like that. We could put some tape on this to hold it down while we're tracing, but I'm just going to use hand pressure here. So now we got our shape of the violin here, and we can, when I do this, I'll cut it like out higher here, you know, make a shoulder. not so much. We can cut this section off here. It might be easier, and then to take our grommel tool, and we can trace like an inch or so out from it, probably maybe a couple inches. Then I can put some bolts or whatever's clever to kind of like bring this together, and we can put some screws with backings to kind of fine tune the push in here. So we'll just kind of, before I stop this section here, what we're going to use is a jigsaw for this here, and I have a DeWalt one here. I like to have this as a little back angle, so once again, kind of like the plane, you're not meeting something square on, one's off a little bit, so there's, you know, just like a handsaw would be. And for this, you don't really push forward too much. It's kind of a downward pressure mostly with it, and you let the blade kind of drag it through things. So I guess we'll start back up once I have these relieved. All right, so we have our negatives cut out here, and I figure we just go through half of them, or half of one together. So I just got my grommel here, and I got it marked about an inch out to do my frame. You can see it here, and I'll just give myself a tracing. I'm gonna come down here and do the same as well. Now, the rest I could probably freehand here with a pencil, and that's probably what I'm gonna do, is just kind of roughly connect these together. I might double this part here. We'll just hand draw that. Connect these lines in here to what we think they should be. And then on the top and bottoms, I'll use a square and the ruler. Give it an inch and a half. Just like such. And then we might as well, we can just cut one side and then we'll get our lines for the other. Looks about good, eh? Maybe we'll give that some more. I'll just take this all the way up to the top on this here. And that way we have enough room to drill bolts through here, and we can bring it in together, and I can also put screws or bolts in this, or wedges or pegs. I was thinking about trying to just do this solely out of wood. You start running into a bunch of wedges, and fine tuning with wedges is kind of a pain, especially if you're just trying to do like with an instrument where we get finer. We're looking for, like with a bolt with like a fine thread or a thick thread, you know, like 1/8 of a turn on a fine thread gets you in. And then you have your threads per inch and stuff. So you can mess around with how adjustable you want something with a bolt. So I'll probably go that way with it, and we'll install bolts into the sides, and I'll do little, you know, like clamp pads of like I might use neoprene, because neoprene spreads out and it's a good soft clamp. So we'll go find like an old wetsuit or something, or a piece of neoprene, and cut that up and glue that on to the ends of the bolts here. After we cut these out, and then we'll be able to put our violin in, put these together, and adjust the sides how we want them. Okay, and it'll hold it in place for us while we glue the back piece on it here. So, yep, I think that's about good for today's exercise here. This will probably take me another day or two to do out with other things. I'm kind of not full-time in this here. So anyways, take care. Peace.